Hello guys, welcome. Today we have a very exciting English grammar quiz. We are going to talk about the difference between to and very, okay? And when to use them in simple sentences. So at the end of this quiz, we will fill in these empty gaps with either to or very. Let's get started. Now, very is used before adjectives and adverbs to indicate a high degree of something. Okay, so we have example, very hot. So very here is put in front of this to indicate the high degree of the hotness. All right, we have another example, very beautiful. Very is used to indicate the high degree of the quality beautiful. Okay, let's talk about to. To is used before an adjective or an adverb to indicate the excess of something beyond what is acceptable or desirable. Okay, for example, we have too dirty. So to is used in front of dirty to indicate the excessiveness of the dirt. Okay, we have another example, too expensive. So too is used in front of expensive to indicate that the expense of a particular thing is unacceptable, undesirable, or excess. Okay, so that is the difference between to and very. Very is pleasant or desirable, okay, and to is excess or undesirable. All right, so with this information, let's answer these simple questions. Question 1, the tea is blank hot to drink. What is the correct answer, very or to? If you say that the tea is very hot to drink, just because tea being hot is desirable, you are wrong. Okay, this is wrong because you have to drink. So this shows us that the hotness of the tea is excessive. Okay, so it is too hot to drink. You can't drink it because the hotness is excessive. So 2 is the correct answer. The tea is too hot to drink. It is so hot that it is impossible or practically impossible to drink it. All right. I hope that cleared the confusion. Let's go to question number 2. The bus was blank crowded. What is the answer, to or very? Now, a bus being crowded is quite undesirable. Okay, so we cannot use very crowded. We will use the more serious one or the more unpleasant one, too crowded. Okay, so the bus was too crowded. Next question. I got it, though it was blank pricey. What is the correct answer, to or very? Now the correct answer is very. Okay, even though the priciness of the good is high, okay, it wasn't too much. That's why I got it, right? So 2 is not the answer, very is the answer. I got it, though it was very pricey. Okay, next question. Blank, many people were here, so I left. So I left. What is the correct answer here? Now we have to look at the second part of this sentence. So I left. Okay, so that means that the number of people were excessive beyond acceptable. All right, that is why I left. Okay, so the answer is not very, the answer is 2. So too many people were here, so I left. Next question. It cost blank much, so I didn't buy it. What's the correct answer? Very or 2? To determine the answer, we have to look at the second part of the sentence, so I didn't buy it. Okay, so that means that the cost was excess beyond acceptable or beyond desirable, so I did not buy it. Okay, very is not the answer, 2 is the answer. All right, so it cost too much, so I didn't buy it. Next question. The stew was blank tasty, so I ate all of it. What is the correct answer? Very or 2? Again, we look at the second part of the question. I ate all of it. Okay, so that means that the stew was pleasant or tasty or desirable. Okay, so we use very. There is no excess to an unacceptable degree. Okay, so we use very. The high degree of the tastiness was acceptable or pleasurable. Okay, so we have the stew was very tasty, so I ate it all. Next question. The coffee is blank hot. Okay, what's the answer? Very or 2? Now, there is no indication to show that the hotness of this coffee was excessive. Okay, so we use very here. And coffee is always consumed hot, desired hot. Okay, there is no indication in this sentence that the hotness was excessive. Okay, so we just use the high degree of it, very. All right, so the coffee is very hot. Next question. You made far blank many errors. What's the correct answer? Very or 2? Now we have to consider errors. Okay, errors is a pretty undesirable thing. Okay, mistakes or errors are not desirable, they're unpleasant. All right, so in this case we don't use very, we use 2. So you made far too many errors. That means the errors were quite excessive, beyond acceptable or desirable. All right, so this is our answer. Last question. It was blank cold. I didn't go out. What is the correct answer? 2 or very? We consider the second part of the question. I didn't go out. Okay, that tells us that the coldness was excessive, beyond acceptable or desirable. Okay, so we use 2. It was too cold. I didn't go out. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.